from fictional monsters to real monsters. A bit of a strange segue. So where should we start with this? We've got not there. So Owen Jones is a story that's been really staying around, right? It's really not going away at all. I got two clips of me here right now. What is it? So let's see what this first one is. Hang on. But like again, the mask is off on what a racist little shit Owen Jones is, right? Doink. Oh man, I'm saying there's so much stuff I didn't get to last show. We've really got to cover today.
Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday was in northern Gaza laying a rock in which he said, this is the first stone for the next settlements, which we will rebuild, which we had in Gaza.
Okay, so Owen Jones is a racist fuck who projects a lot, right? He believes that the people of Israel are all white and we all came from Europe and we were given unbelievable power and we came in and we destroyed the peaceful indigenous population. We just destroyed them all, and then we've been forced them to live in Gaza and the West Bank, and we've been performing a genocide on them for 75 years. Okay, fine, but why have we not done that then? Why are there still Palestinians, right? So, and he will believe any lie, like any lie that paints Israel to look badly, like this one. Because again, in his idiot little mind, he is convinced that that it wasn't because that Hamas are rapists and murdering scum. That no, Israel's been waiting for a secret opportunity. They probably were the ones who even pulled off October 7th, just to give an excuse to go and do this to Gaza. Now, I hate to tell you, 15,000 people to be killed is a lot of people, if that number's correct. I'm not disputing the number, right? However, according to Israeli estimates, and my son really backs us up with his personal, his first-hand testimony, that Israel says about 5,000 Hamas have been wiped out. So is that you can almost guarantee that 15,000 is included the 5,000 of Hamas. It's probably more now. Which means this is something I was saying from about 2-3 weeks ago. Israel, generally speaking, has a kill rate of a combatant kill rate of 1 to 2. Every 2 people killed, one of them is a enemy combatant. If you believe the Hamas numbers, it's 1 to 3, right? You have 2 civilians killed for every enemy combatant. That actually sounds pretty bad. I'll agree with you. That sounds pretty bad. But then when you take into account that the British and the American rate is minimally 1 in 4, they kill 4 civilians, or I think 3 civilians for every enemy combatants. It's really like in his mind he believes it's for evil white people to wipe out the poor defenseless brown people to steal their land. That's what he really believes. So that's why you say, and Benjamin Netanyahu was laying a stone for the first new settlement, because settlements are the worst things ever. Raping and murdering, no, not the worst things ever. Building homes, fucking awful, right? So what's happening is he's lying out of his fucking ass, Owen Jones, right now. He's what was really happening is that Netanyahu went to one of the settlements outside of Gaza, right, and laid the stone to rebuild what was destroyed by Hamas. So now you know the story. Let's listen to him again, lying little fuck that he is. Now, is he stupid? Is he ignorant? Or is he a racist, lying little cunt fuck? I'm going with the racist, ignorant, lying little cunt fuck. Owen, you want to come on my fucking channel and explain yourself, right? And maybe you're not a racist little cunt fuck. I don't know. My guess is maybe you're just ignorant. Maybe you're just stupid. Maybe you're all 3, right? That's what I think.
Bloodshed. Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday was in northern Gaza laying a rock in which he said, this is the first stone for the next settlements, which we will rebuild, which we have in Gaza, and expand. They're openly talking about building those settlements.
Yeah, you're a lying cunt. It was outside of Gaza. Look, here's the truth. We didn't want Gaza 20 years ago when we ethnically cleansed all the Jews from it to please little cunts like you, right? So because God forbid there's a Palestinian state or an Arab state which has Jews in it. Oh no! Unlike Israel, 20% fucking Arab. Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So anyway, but Owen Jones has been having his ass handed to him, quite deservedly so, right? And we're going to be going a bit of a deep dive into his ass being handed to him. So let's go over here. There we go. Come on, interwebs. There you go. That's better. I think it's working now. Looks good. There you go. Now, Owen Jones was invited to see this 42-minute footage from Hamas GoPros that were taken from dead Hamas fighters, were terrorists, scum, rapists, and it showed you some of the worst of their depravity, right? So Owen's like, oh, I didn't see any rape. So now people have seen this footage. They can't sleep for days afterwards. People come out vomiting. People come out crying, right? But here, you'll hear the whole thing.
If there was torture too.
Because only Jews have said it, so you can't believe those fucking Jews. Oh, the Hamas, though, they said no, so they must be telling the truth.
There's no evidence given for it on camera. Now, if there was rape and sexual violence committed, we don't see this on the footage either. Now, a warning here for deeply distressing description, but a clip of an Israeli woman inspecting a badly burned woman's corpse to see if she was a relative. She had no underwear. This has been offered as evidence of rape, but that's not what you...
No, she just took her knickers off before they burned her to death for no reason. She felt a bit sweaty. That's what it was. Bit sweaty, bit chaffy. Wasn't it, Owen? Because they're only fucking Jews, aren't they? You cunt.
We would consider conclusive evidence. We don't see children being killed.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
I mean, that's horrific.
I wasn't going to describe it.
I think he's just horrific. He's horrific.
I actually find it really upsetting watching him say that, because I was at the same screening. I sat behind him. Now, for me, it is incredible that somebody could watch that film and that their takeaways, they didn't see evidence of rape.
Yeah.
There were multiple women who were dead with deep green bruises.
Right.
And that particular... burn, and she's contorted like a mannequin. And his takeaway is we don't have evidence she was raped.
It's just bizarre.
She is dead, she is burned, she's undressed. And I mean, the whole 45 minutes is like that. His whole videos of his eyes isn't enough.
No.
So here's my plan for the week, because he went to see this screening of Bearing Witness, and he comes out saying, no, this doesn't count. We need the evidence sent to us as independent journalists so we can verify.
But
I don't know how he thinks.
But when the Hamas
sort of
propaganda unit says there's 14,000 people dead in the Gaza Strip, he buys that.
He believes that.
He doesn't ask for a piece of
But
footage.
what is his acknowledgement then in terms of the fact that he's watching dead people on screen? So, notwithstanding the fact that we're talking about what also happened to them in terms of how they became dead and what happened to them in terms of rape and decapitation and so on, what's his take on the fact that they are dead? I mean, how does he defend that even?
He doesn't deny they're dead. What he's saying is we don't know who killed them or when.
We don't know who killed them. It's probably the Israelis, because they're so evil. Because they're Jews. Oh, they're Jews.
We don't know that the women were raped. We've heard people are tortured, but we don't see it.
I mean, what's the difference?
I don't really know how much would be enough for him. I saw that film, and what I saw was barbaric evil committed against innocent people.
Horrible.
You come out of that and you're changed forever.
Yeah, and that's what everybody said, Owen. And he got all shirty. That, like, people are going, Owen, you are just the most insane cunt in the entire world. Like he can't understand why he's being hated. So no evidence of rape. So look, every day it gets fucking worse. Every time I blink, there's more news comes out about what actually happened, and it gets fucking worse, right? You know, where are we? Hamas raped men as well as women during October 7th attack. Investigators reveal how sex assault victims were tied up, stripped, and mutilated as Israeli launches the biggest ever criminal investigation. Well, they're only fucking Jews. It doesn't matter. And meanwhile, Michelle Obama has been asked to comment on it. UN, no one gives a shit, right? Oh, look, the Israelis, they've been performing genocide. Well, I mean, this genocide has involved the population doubling, but because we said, they have an apartheid state where everybody has equal rights regardless of skin color, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender. But it's an apartheid state, right? It's genocide, even though the population doubles. It's still genocide, right? Because it's Jews. Israeli investigators probing. You could have used another word than probing, okay? Don't use probing when you're talking about rape. The fallout of the brutal October 7th attacks, they've had evidence that men as well as women suffered sexual violence and rape at the hands of Hamas and the Islamic attackers, activists have claimed. Shira, that's not an activist. I heard I played it on this channel. The testimony of the first responder. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a personal anecdote. There's a neighbor of mine lives around the corner. He was he's in the army. He's their kid. It was like 1920. He's in the army. He was one of the first people in. And what he saw so horrified him. Right? He basically got sent home on psychiatric leave. Because it was like he saw it before it was cleaned up. He saw everything, right? And sorry, there's a cat in my window now sheltering from the rain. You look after yourself, Mr. Kitty Cat. Okay, I like this cat. Okay, I don't like my daughter's new cat, Missy. I'll be frank with you. I like Ninja. Ninja was cool, right? Missy, bit stuck up. But I like this cat because this cat had a kitten recently who used to hang out with me in the sukkah. A couple of months ago, and I saw the cat's got grown quite nicely. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, but just a couple of pairs of eyes looking at me. There was sexual violence and rape in these communities in the south of Israel. We have a few living survivors, not a lot, of both genders. Did not only happen to women, happened to men as well. Radio for okay. Check this out. Aside from finding bodies and the who were murdered. A lot of bodies were mutilated. Terrorists made sure to disgrace these people and dishonor them, she added. It comes as Israeli police have opened up biggest investigation. That's not the quote I was looking for. It's clear now that sexual crimes were part of the planning and purpose to humiliate people, right? But this one testimony blew my mind. Okay, Yoni Sadon, who survived the attack at the Nova Music Festival by hiding under dead bodies. And I think he had to smear blood on himself as well. It was either him or somebody else. This weekend gave a harrowing account of the sexual violence he saw perpetrated against women at the campground. No evidence, is there, Owen? No, because he's just a Jew. He must be lying, those sneaking fucking Jews. Oh, thank God the Hamas freedom fighters have put them in their place, right, Owen? You cunt. One horrifying image he described was the moment a woman's decapitated head rolled across the road. Fuck me. Could you imagine? I mean, like, put yourself in that situation. After he was beheaded for refusing to strip naked. You did well. I'm like, you were going to be killed anyway. I think you did the right thing. As the sun rose on the desert festival, the Hamas terrorists stormed in. He only took cover under a music stage, but a woman hiding alongside him was identified by terrorists. She fell to the ground, shot in the head, and I pulled her body over me and smeared her blood on me so it would look like I was dead too. I guess. Lucky guy and smart guy. I'll never forget her face. Every night I wake up and apologize and saying I'm sorry. Can you imagine? Like this, I mean, like and I'm sure she would forgive him. I'm like, what can you do? There was a woman screaming, "Stop it!" He said, and begged the terrorists to kill her and put her out her misery. When they finished, they were laughing and one shot her in the head. The father of four admitted how his mind kept reminding how this could be one of his daughters or his sister, who at the last minute bowed out the festival. Thank God. So glad they did. The horror was far from over, Johnny. As hiding in the bushes, he saw two more Hamas fighters catch a woman. She was fighting back, not allowing the stripper, he recalled. They threw her to the ground, and one of the terrorists took a shovel and beheaded her. Fuck me. But no, Owen, nothing happened other than the Israeli evil settlers came in and they disrupted the poor, peaceful Palestinian people. Oh, and now they're committing genocide by having a lesser civilian casualty rate than England or America. They're asking you, Owen, do you think there are any hospitals in Nagasaki or Dresden, right, when they were bombed? Do you think so? Think there are any children there? I don't know. No. Oh, that's just the Jews do that, right? And they beheaded her, and her head rolled along the ground. I see that too. I'm sure you do, but I think she got off lightly, frankly. 3 times a week, survivors from around Israel gather with parents whose children are among the slaughtered. Volunteers, therapists hold hands, including therapists on hand include Bar Yuval Shani, 58, who lost her only sister, Deborah, and brother-in-law, Shlomi Mates, both musicians, peace out. These are all super leftists as well, killed at on Holik kibbutz by the militants, terrorists who broke into their safe room. And they say, look, the reason they don't think they got a lot of people back yet, the people they haven't got back yet, is probably because of the testimony that they're going to give, that they have been systematically raped and abused, right? Which again, and like the sheer evil of people like Owen Jones, like, I mean, just sheer off the hinge, off kilter evil, which is what it is, right? Which I think I got another thing here. Yeah, let's go over here. Gal Gadot, who was listen, Wonder Woman 84 was shit, but she's a very good spokesperson for Israel. Gal Gadot says the world has failed the women of October's end when she calls on the UN to demand Hamas release every female hostage immediately. They cannot survive another moment in this horror. Well, they're going to have to. Right? Unfortunately, they're going to have to. But, you know, maybe there'll be a ceasefire. Ceasefire. How about that? You know, like why don't we just let them all go? Right? Because, you know, that's not worth making a fuss about. Right? It's yeah, no, it's not. It's not worth doing it here. Let's change that. I'll go over here. So, Health Ministry says Hamas drug release hostages to make them appear happy. Well, you know, I think that will probably do the trick for me. But the other thing I've been reading is that they think the hostages that haven't been released, again, their testimony is going to be too damning for Hamas, right? And so they keep them quiet. One of those testimonies is going to be this. Let me show you. You know, the UN are shits, right? There's an organization called UNRWA. The UN, was it refugee something? I can't remember what it's for, right? But it's basically, I mean, look, so many rockets and so much military weaponry has been found in UNRWA packaging so far, right? And there's more than that. Yeah. After the Hamas military invasion, about 1,000 people from Gaza, 1,000 went and they kidnapped people. This is a story of one of the people who were kidnapped, right? I don't have a very good cut of it. So I am very glad that the insanely disingenuous CNN happens to be on my side this time. I can see why like these awful leftists like it this way. Here we go. It's thinking about it. Although the internet's very, very dodgy still. Is it? Oh, man, it's late. Blimey, it's 5:02. We should really get to the chat. Is it not opening up? Come on into it. Oh, there you go.
By an UNRWA teacher, a father of 10. This teacher locked the victim away, barely provided food, and neglected medical needs. UNRWA responded to this post and said, quote, making serious allegations in the public domain unsupported by any evidence or verifiable facts and support thereof may...
Wait a minute. Isn't that guy's testimony any evidence? I mean, like, again, you believe literally every word, like every word that Hamas says. Like, you believe it without blinking. Like, well, it must be true. Must be, right? Must be true. 1 second. I wonder if I could, that will download as well. I bet it will. Yeah, this absolutely must be true.
Amount to misinformation. That reporter then responded and said, that's not an allegation, that's survivor's testimony. How is UNRWA investigating or responding to these two quite damning allegations?
So what I can speak to is our aid. Essentially, the aid that UNRWA is bringing in goes directly into the hands of the refugees.
Okay, you had one of your fucking teachers kidnap someone and keep them locked up. Can you attend to that? Not what you're doing for the poor fucking Gazans.
So on any given day here, we are distributing over 50,000 bags of flour to families so that they can provide for themselves.
Let me ask you, will some of the Jewish hostages been kidnapped? Will they be getting any of that food, right? Or is it just, again, it's absolutely, you are not on the side of Hamas at all.
We account for that.
Does it bother you then at all that some of these trucks may be secretly smuggling in rockets, or that UNRWA teachers are hiding abductees, allegedly?
Look, our trucks are not bringing in rockets. Our trucks are bringing in wheat flour.
Okay. You would have more credibility, right? You would have more credibility if you weren't avoiding answering questions about your Hamas, your Hamas buddies.
They're bringing in supplies that help families eke out a very basic existence. We have a very clear system of accountability.
Again, does that include the kidnapping teachers or not?
Bag of flour that is provided is cross-referenced against people's national identity number. And so,
Yeah, have you noticed, when leftists want to defend something, they always go to procedure, right? They always go, oh, we have this procedure, we have that procedure. They always focus on procedure.
There are now hundreds of thousands of bags, literally wheat flour bags in Gaza with the UNRWA logo on them, and they have all gone.
Yeah, okay, he's just spouting on it. And of course, no segment on anti-Semites would be complete without your favorite anti-Semite and mine, and Owen Jones's, Jeremy Corbyn.
Clearly.
Hey, Jeremy, have you destroyed any great British political parties recently? Oh, no, just that one in 2019. Israel was clearly undertaking an act of cleansing an entire population of Gaza. Then why are you all there then? Like, why are they full of fucking Gazans if we're cleansing it in Gaza? There seems to be there's what, 1.9 million there? The 2.2? Why are they still there then?
Undertaking an act of cleansing of the entire population of Gaza. It is illegal within international law.
It's also not happening. You lying, anti-Semitic, racist cunt.
It in no way is a proportionate response to the appalling events of October the 7th.
No, a proportional response to October the 7th would be nuclear weapons, right, over Gaza. That would be proportionate. And again, I guess rape. We don't want to rape everybody. Like, I don't want to be a rapist. We're not into the rapey thing. That's your mates, Hamas, isn't it?
So could I ask him, what does he think Israel's long-term objective is? Is it
to not be raped and fucking murdered by a bunch of fucking savages? How about that for a long time fucking goal? You fucking cockwomble moron!
To expel the entire population of Gaza into Egypt? And could he say, what is the role and purpose and military objective of British military participation in the whole area? And can he assure us there are no British soldiers on the ground in Gaza?
Jeremy, here, I have an answer from the British government. Again, I'm not a fan of the British in the government, but they're here. Let me just read it out for you. They sent it to me. So I can read it out to you. Her Majesty's government wishes to inform the Right Honourable Jeremy Corbyn to fuck off! Fuck off and die. Fuck off and die in the same. I hope if there is a merciful, loving God, that when you die, you will go to hell, and every day in hell, you will live through another person being raped and murdered and tortured right? Another person watching their children killed in front of them. Another child with his hands tied behind his back with barbed wire. No, just tying your head, their hands behind the back with rope or wire. That's too good. With barbed fucking wire before they're burnt alive. I hope every fucking day you live through that misery. Oh, God. And I hope we can come and watch, right? I do hope we can come and watch. That may seem vindictive, but that's just me for you. Fine! My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet! Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.